Hello everybody and thanks for joining us. We are set for what will be a sensational test match. This one, it's 1-1 in the series. It's the third one. And have a look at these conditions. It is a beautiful day in Cape Town. 26 degrees Celsius expected. South Africa versus Australia. It is going to be an absolute beauty, this test match. And so here we go. Steve Smith has got 3 slips and a gully. See if he gets a bit of swing. That's what they want. Just a half shouts. Let me say hello first of all for the first time in the commentary box for the series, Shane Warne. Welcome, Shane.
Yeah, good morning, Mike. Good morning, Smitty. Good morning, everyone. I'm really looking forward to this. I think the series so far, as you said, is 1-1. It's had some great cricket through it. There's been a bit of friction between the two sides. There's been some passion. There's been some emotion. But above all, there's been some wonderful cricket played so far. I think both sides now have had that feeling out process. I think now it's a wonderful place to play cricket here in Cape Town. I think it's
off the mark yet, Markram. Caught. That's a very good catch. That really is a lovely catch. They've struck early. That's exactly what Australia wanted.
It's wide. You'd be disappointed with that, and it was a good catch from Smith.
Hashim Amla striding out now. Terrific numbers. Look at that average of 48.5, 116 test matches, almost 200 knocks.
Whip through the leg side. It's beautifully timed from Hashim Amla. It was short enough, but it didn't quite get up. It got inside it and picked up his first boundary today.
He's not going to make a mistake on that one. Short, wide. Warner gives chase. And he will cut it off, but they should be able to get back for 3. Things have changed. In the old days, you'd be a bit of rope burn. Now it's nice cushions to land on.
Beautiful timing. Stroke of the morning. Chase is on, but it'll be won by the ball.
Slightly over pitch, but hit on the up. So that is a really quality shot. That is a good sign for him.
Oh, it's even better. Mind you, longer half volley, I'd say. But no need even to chase that. You're trying to say if you're any good, aren't you? I could feel it, AB. I could feel it. If you're any good, you're going to hit those for 4.
Yes, well, he hasn't been in the best of touch, but it's a good sign for him. Bad for Australia that he's just picking up that length so well, and that's just quality.
That's out. Little edge. No, it is not.
Very full delivery again. I think Mitchell Starc will enjoy bowling from this end more. Missed it by a long way in the end, but hit the ground definitely.
Fine stroke with Elgar getting into position. He's making sure he hit it back where it came from.
Always nice to pick that gap between the bowler and mid-on.
And that's his area. Likes to hit the ball more to the onside. I get the feeling that he likes that area.
Nicely played. A little bit of width. Guards it behind, square in the offside to pick up his 3rd boundary of the day. And that's as good as you'll see from Dean Elgar through the covers. Brilliantly played.
I think right from the word go today, Elgar's looked like he's wanted to hit the ball a little bit more today. He's played a couple of beautiful drives down the ground. And this one just a little bit of width.
Lovely batting. Waited and waited that time. He just had the width to work with.
Yeah, win for the batsman there, but I don't mind the tactics from Australia. There's no swing, no seam. Pitching the ball up hasn't had its rewards.
Oh, pre-med probably, but a powerful one.
Yep. Almost predicted from Elgar, and that's his 50. 2 boundaries in the over. He's looked far more assured today. Guts out of 50 in Port Elizabeth. 12th 50 of his career, 3rd v Australia. It's been an excellent start by the South African batsman.
A couple of changes to the South African side. Temba Bavuma's back. Oh, and out. He caught it. Good catch. Cummins came hard at the ball, then steadied himself, and Hazlewood has won a good battle.
It is. It's now the 7th time in 6 test matches that Hazlewood's got Amla It's been a great spell from him. He's running hard, he's used the short ball, and he's got the reward. Hashim Amla, 31, hasn't been able to push on. South Africa 92 for 2.
Right, AB de Villiers, what an important figure in this match. In prime form, we saw that. But Josh Hazlewood's making a move here. This is like a sleeves up, change the rhythm of the day move. Coming in with real aggression, getting great carry.
Thanks, Mark. Looking to come back for the third. They should be able to do that quite comfortably. They do. So a nice little battle as they bring up the 100 going on right now. The wicket just going, so that's energised the Australians. It's always the case, of course, and they get one of the top order batsmen out. Suddenly things start sparking in the field. Now that got the Australians a bit excited. Nathan Lyon it was. Couldn't quite grab that.
Comfortable heart comes through. He wasn't steady at the moment the ball got to him. And the ball goes down.
Punch. Nice punch. That's a bit of a trademark shot, that one today from Dean Elgar.
I've seen a couple of examples of this shot from Dean Elgar. He's played it superbly. Well, for 3 in 1 over with Mitchell Marsh.
That's a helmet. Was there any bat? Just a half shout, really. Nothing more than that. Steve Smith's always quite keen to send it upstairs if he thinks there's any chance. That's cracked. That's cracked for 4. That's right out of the screws.
It's interesting, the last delivery from Cummins was a cross-seam delivery, almost like Australia are trying to scuff the ball up. This one he drags down, offers some width, and de Villiers is not looking to get over the top of it. He's prepared to go up and over.
Oh, that's an edge. And it's gone screaming through third slip. AB de Villiers, I think, at one stage is a bit concerned about that. It's gone for a boundary. 123 for 2.
Here we go, Elgar on strike. Man at short extra cover. Oh, down the pitch, and a bit of footwork, a little dance. And a glorious example of timing.
Well, we haven't seen this, or much of this. Use of the feet to Nathan Lyon, and punched nicely through the gap.
And again, Elgar down the pitch, and this time hits it the other way with immaculate timing. 2 strokes to savour from Elgar against Lyon.
Well, goodness me, how did he get that there?
Now he comes down and over, up and over. Plenty good enough.
On this occasion decides he's not quite to the length, and just good swing of the bat. It's good timing.
He's a very special player. We talked a bit in Port Elizabeth about we think he eyes up the gaps. He comes out and doesn't look at where the field is. He looks where the gaps are. The player put on 50 now.
Yeah, beautiful to watch. He's just absolute class, de Villiers. And I said last over, what's the plan? And the one thing you don't want to do, de Villiers, is get too straight to him. Such a beautiful player, coming off a big 100. An important 100 in the last test match, so he's got some form. He's scoring quickly too, 27 off 34, 5 fours.
That's very good too. So quick to pounce on anything that's off length. It's well played too. It's really well played. Dean Elgar's on a little run here. He's got himself into the 80s.
Catch, stop, missed. One or the other, it doesn't matter. It's 4.
Bit of luck for Dean Elgar. Thick outside edge, just beating Steve Smith at second slip.
Can't ever lead. A little bit of shape away there. He drew out the drive. Dean Elgar, look at that. He thought he was out. No. I'll take the 4. Thank you very much. 91. Oh, it looked like he just went past it too much.
Might be that bad shoulder.
And that's a lovely shot there from Dean Elgar. We've seen a lot of examples of good cover drives from him. And there's another one.
In Port Elizabeth, when he was driving, he didn't really get his weight transfer through the ball, and he was a little bit tentative there. But today he's been really good. This is an excellent shot. It's a hard volley. Mitchell Starc looking for some swing. But Dean Elgar got into a beautiful position, and his timing and placement was spot on.
Back to the cricket. They're thinking about 2, and this will bring up the 100 partnership between de Villiers and Elgar.
I'll tell you what, it's lucky it's the 100 partnership. We might have spoken a little bit more about that putt, Polly, that's for sure.
Brilliant shot from Dean Elgar. He knew as he middles it that it's going to go way to the boundary, and the celebrations can begin. A fantastic knock here by Dean Elgar. His 11th 100, second against Australia, and second at Newlands. Played fantastically well, and as you watch this package, watch how many cover drives and straight drives are played by Dean. Not a massive strength of his, but he's been at his best throughout this 100 that he's compiled here at Newlands.
You talked about the drives, also the way he played Nathan Lyon. We saw him try and advance a few times. This one down the ground for 6. I thought the real key was how late he played the ball. Watch where he hits some of these drives right under his eyes. His head was still, and that's the moment. 100, you little beauty. Well deserved, Dean Elgar. 182, 16 balls and a 6. He's played really, really well.
He's found a gap. Vacant area down there. No third man, so that's another 4.
This occasion just a little bit of a win to the bowler, but at the end of the day, AB de Villiers just lets the ball right off the face of the bat. No third man.
It's in the air and it's out.
Well, we've just been talking about playing the ball late. On this occasion, de Villiers gets out in front of himself. So whether it was a deception by the bowler, taking a bit of pace off the ball, and you see just the bat coming through too early and just spoons the catch to David Warner at mid-off. So that is a huge blow for the Australians, and de Villiers is gone.
3 wickets down, 220 on the board.
So Faf du Plessis. Oh, that's a nice drive. That's a beautiful shot from Faf du Plessis. Lovely drive through the covers.
It'll make him feel good. Get that sort of shot away.
I think the cricket's been a bit more exciting than that. Oh, there's an edge. And another wicket. Faf du Plessis looked to the heavens after he played that shot. He spotted that, got a healthy edge, and the catch was taken quite easy by Smith.
Faf goes for 5. Still can't get a good score here against Australia. 2/3 or 4 for 4.
So Australia have picked up some crucial wickets now in the last 20 minutes or so. AB de Villiers and now Faf du Plessis, which means that Temba Bavuma has arrived, average in the early 30s at best at this venue. 102 not out was a fine knock, it really was. And he's been sitting in the wings for a while, nursing that broken hand, so he'll be raring to go here.
Oh, bowled again, Pat Cummins.
South Africa haven't been able in this series to get decent contributions from 5 and 6. Du Plessis went cheaply again today. Bavuma now, as we've said a number of times, hasn't played for a while. Mr. Cock really found some form in Durban. It's a key part of this middle order, batting with the tail.
Is that a little bit of reverse outswing? See so much reverse inswing. Oh, great cricket. Really, Australia hot at the moment.
An outstanding run for Australia on the ropes. De Villiers and Elgar batting well, but post-tee turned it all around. In particular, what a spell from Pat Cummins. He's never given up. And now he's getting the rewards.
Yeah, just squaring up Temba Bavuma on the crease. Delivery bounces, it just nips away a touch. Another comfortable catch for Smith. And Australia have really turned the situation around. They were 2 for 228, and now South Africa 5 for 236. Bavuma on his return goes for just 1.
And down beneath that magnificent Table Mountain, we have a fluctuating day at Newlands Cricket Ground. Seemed as if South Africa were eking out a good position for themselves, but Australia have fought back through Pat Cummins. 3-wicket burst, 16 runs only scored during the loss of those 3 wickets, and Quinton de Kock comes out and takes guard. Very important man here, the one remaining player who could still take the game away, or at least the innings away from the Australians. But he's got a tough job with Pat Cummins getting it dead right. Length, line, movement. So this needs maximum concentration. Point's just gone a little deeper and a little more behind square. 3 slips a gully. Mid-off, extra cover, just 2 men leg side. And de Kock immediately eases into a stroke.
South Africa 228 for 2, and they lost to de Villiers. That's what I'm saying. At that point, they must have been thinking 400 on the cards. How quickly it's changed through a wonderful spell from Pat Cummins. The last man to go was Temba Bavuma. He was asking questions at that outside edge, and then he found it. Smith's in the game at second slip.
That's a little edge, I think. Is it? Yes, I think it is. And umpire Richard Illingworth agrees. There's no argument from de Kock. It came through on the stump, Mike. Nothing more than a scratch, but a scratch will do.
Maybe threw the shot just a touch, but the moral of the story is another wicket's down. South Africa in some more trouble. And the spell of Cummins continues. He picks up his 4th. Brilliant bowling from him. Quinton de Kock goes for 3, 2 for 2 for 6.
Good average of 23, Vernon Philander. Very handy with the bat. Pulled away. Very good shot for Vernon Philander. Pat Cummins even congratulated him.
That was a good shot. Was he congratulating him or asking him what movie he's going to tonight?
Yeah, the energy of the new batsman and the lack of it for the batsman's been out there all day. Has he edged it? Yes! Mitch Marsh gets one, and the Aussies get another one.
Well, they don't need that second new ball now. They got the wicket they wanted. Mitchell Marsh does it. Big wicket for Australia. They've really had a good hour and a half or so right back into this test match.
Shine on the outside, so the ball goes in that direction, but it takes a little bit of movement over the seam as well. Good bowling. Good consistent bowling on just about that off stump. 254 for 7.
7th wicket down for South Africa. Late in the day, a little outside edge from Vernon Philander through to Tim Payne. Keshav Maharaj is the new batsman.
Stark. Oh, he's had a club at that. He's had a bit of good fortune as well, I think. Chase is on. End result is going to be a couple. He only knows one way, Maharaj. He likes to be aggressive with the bat. You saw that in the last test match where he had a little bit of good fortune when Khawaja caught him and overstepped. Got him. He won't be happy with that shot. He shouldn't be happy with that shot. Really just giving away his wicket at that stage with Dean Elgar watching from the other end.
Huge cover drive. Already been lucky in the start of the over. That's straight to short cover. South Africa lose their 8th wicket. Mitchell Stark gets his first one for the day. He's been a bit expensive, but as he normally does, he comes in and cleans up the tail.
Maharaj gone for 3, 257 for 8.
Rabada. We didn't think we'd see him here or Johannesburg. Extra bounce again. Took Rabada by surprise. End of that over. 258 for 8. Oh, that's a nice shot. Warner's going to try and tag that. He won't make it. That's a lovely shot to finish that over from Rabada. 265 for 8.
He's looking to be positive. It's a wonderful shot. They pushed the field back slightly, but enough power.
Well, it looks like now the Aussies are going to take that new ball. A few overs overdue, I reckon.
Oh, there's extra bounce. Hard Kookaburra.
Yeah, a bit of extra bounce with this hard ball.
Good morning from sunny Cape Town and welcome to viewers all around the world joining us for the first time. The South Africans 266 for 8 overnight. Quite a collapse from a highly promising position of 220 for 2. The men not out. Dean Elgar with 121. Kasigo Rabada with 6. We're ready to go on the second day's play. And up in the commentary box are Graham Smith, Shane Warne and Mike Hazen.
Yeah, another great day of Test match cricket. We've seen a wonderful contest throughout this series. I think South Africa will be disappointed. They were in a position of strength. We're not going to be able to judge the surface until both teams bat in it, but South Africa will be disappointed. They were cruising their way to 350 at least, hoping for 400. But Pat Cummins turned that all around. It was a wonderful spell of bowling. Australia right in the game now.
A little punch into the covers. Gets things going on day 2. Morning, Shane.
Yeah, good morning, Mike. Good morning, Graham. Good day, everyone. Yeah, I thought it was a great day of cricket yesterday. Real game of 2 halves, wasn't it? South Africa dominated those first couple of sessions. 228 for 2. And then to end up at stumps 8 for 266. It was a fantastic comeback from Australia. As you said, Mike, the spell from Pat Cummins. I thought Hazel was outstanding yesterday too. Elgar was great with the bat yesterday. He toughed it out. And there's the sessions, you know, 1 for 75, 1 for 110 in that middle session. And that's when South Africa were just bossing the game. They're on top of the game, well in charge. And then that last session, the Australian fight back, 6 for 81 in that last session. It was outstanding stuff. Got them back in the game. And now they're in a position in the game where they're probably ahead of the game and on top at the moment.
That's over the top and well hit. 50 partnership comes up. And the umpire just checking to see if it was 4 or 6.
I think as Josh Hazlewood ran up to bowl, if you had to give him 55 options about what might possibly unfold in the next delivery, if he landed it on the length, this would have been his last one that he would have picked. Dean Elgar just to pop him back over his head. And it's brilliantly played. Slightly over pitched, just holds the post, drags it from the offside. And I'm not 100% sure whether that just bounces before. Does it hit on the full? I suppose you could go either way with that footage.
Go 4, eh?
I reckon 6.
Oh, well, go 5 then.
5. We'll give him 5.
And Nathan Lyon into the attack for the first time this morning. Hasn't worked for the quick bowlers in the first half an hour for the Australians, and they've gone for the off spinner. Hasn't picked up a wicket so far in this innings.
296 wickets for Nathan Lyon, so the race is on between him and Morne Morkel to see who can get to the 300 figure first.
Oh, with 2 wickets left, Morne might have an advantage. Sean. Dog straight away. Stephen Smith were thinking, why didn't I do that half an hour ago?
We've seen it so often with tailenders when they've faced a barrage of fast bowling and it presents an opportunity to score quickly and the spinner throws it above the eyes. They want to get on with things. Big booming cover drive and just finds the edge. Comfortable catch for Steve Smith. I'm not convinced about the technique, the position he got himself into before he took the catch. He's touching the ground, one hand's pointing to backward point, fingers up, but he snaffles it. And Nathan Lyon gets his first wicket in Cape Town in his 3rd test match. So he'll be happy as well. Good contribution from Rabada, 22, 307 for now.
Morne Morkel, the new batsman at the crease, didn't play in the Port Elizabeth test match. He's back into the side. And another one. 2 in a row for Stephen Smith. Well bowled Nathan Lyon. A bit of turn, a bit of bounce, and finally Australia dismissed South Africa for 311.
Yeah, another good delivery. The line, the length, a little bit of bounce. Morne Morkel stands there disconsolate, not knowing exactly what's unfolded. How did I edge that through to the slip cordon? That's another easy catch for Stephen Smith. So the decision to get Lyon onto bowl here in this morning has worked the trick. Steve Smith takes the most catches by any fielder in an innings. And unfortunately for South Africa, Dean Elgar is left stranded on 141.
Fantastic effort from Dean Elgar, though. Batted through the innings. Not something that you see happening on a regular basis in test match cricket. But Dean Elgar was there from the first ball until the last ball. That's why he's getting such a welcome round of applause. Could have gotten to 150 if he had a bit more support in the lower order, but a fantastic knock nonetheless.
Yeah, superb innings from Dean Elgar. And some valuable runs in this last partnership with Rabada, 50. Had it really well in the Port Elizabeth Test match. Backs it up here in Cape Town. Batting card for South Africa. Well, Markram went early. It was a good partnership between Amla and de Villiers. Really made a difference to the scorecard. The first 2 sessions were owned by South Africa, and then the 3rd session, Pat Cummins bounced back, took 4 quick wickets. And then this morning, that little partnership with Rabada, he made 22 from 42 deliveries. And some good scoring for South Africa to take them over the 300 mark.
2 good partnerships at the top of the order. And everyone thought, well, 200 for 2, South Africa will get beyond 400. Not quite. Australia never gave up. And they kept on chipping away until, of course, that partnership with Elgar and Rabada.
Bowling performances, just the 1 wicket for Stark. Hazelwood was key up front, picked up the first 2 wickets to fall. Nathan Lyon 2 for 43. Those were the last 2, the 2 tail enders. But the pick of the bowlers, Patrick Cummins 4 for 78. He'd be disappointed he didn't get a 5-wicket haul. He deserved it. And they've bowled South Africa out for 311 in 97.5 overs.
Anyway, let's take you through all of the wickets in that South African innings. Remember, the toss was won by Faf du Plessis. Happy to bat first. Pitch looked very good. Josh Hazelwood got one just to move away a little off the air, and it sort of continued off the seam. Nice sharp catch by Steve Smith, who's brilliant close to the wicket. Then Hashim Amla, who played well actually, drove the ball nicely through the offside, top-edged sort of hook stroke against Josh Hazelwood. He does have the wood on him, there's no doubt about it. Every ball seems like an exploding bomb. Then that was the real surprise, A.B. de Villiers just pushing it straight in the hands of mid-on. It was an innocuous ball, really. He played close to perfectly, rather as he did in Port Elizabeth. David Warner taking the catch. Pat Cummins began an excellent spell. He got the ball to bounce and move around the off stump, made the batsman play. Steve Smith holding on to Faf du Plessis, who hasn't had enough cricket really to counter such high quality fast bowling, and the same can be said of Temba Bavuma, who came into the game not having played a first-class match since Christmas. Mind you, that's a fine delivery, leaving him a little. That was a little period of reverse swing. And Quentin de Kock denied outside off stump, ball after ball after ball. Big gap left on the leg side, which he, in the end, simply couldn't resist. And there's a temptation, I think, to say that it's the way Quentin de Kock plays, and one forgives him for it. But he might have just thought a bit clearer there. Then Mitchell Marsh got one to seam away, thin edge, after Vernon Philander played a couple of good strokes. Mitchell Marsh then, and Keshav Maharaj is never shy of playing his stroke, slaps it straight to Cameron Bancroft. That extra cover as the light begins to fade on the first evening at Newlands. And today, KG played really well, actually, bravely against quite an onslaught. Nathan Lyon comes into the attack, and as so often, the change of pace, bit of spin, and Steve Smith, I think he thought that ball was coming to him quicker than it did. Anyway, he catches it, and then he catches Morne Morkel as well. So Lyon comes in to finish the job, and 311 is the sum total of the South African effort, having been 220 for 2. So they'll reckon of they're probably 50 short minimum, I think, of where they would have hoped to be at that point of the innings when Elgar and de Villiers were going so well. I've got Alan Border and Kepler Wessels with me. I think it's a very competitive score, but not the score that South Africa wanted, Kepler.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think a par score probably around 350 from where they were when they were 2 down and going so well. They would have wanted a lot more, but then they recovered to get, I guess, a decent score. Interesting, Dean Elgar, it's the 3rd time he carried his bat for South Africa. Once was against India not long ago at the Wanderers on the difficult surface. He's done it against England too in Durban, and it's happened 8 times altogether. South Africa's history. So great performance, 141 not out from him.
Warner has hit it miles. What a stroke.
That is an upper decker. Straight over the man at fine leg, but went probably, what, 40, 50 feet higher.
4 consecutive boundaries now for Rabada. 3 fours off the last 3 balls of the previous over, and now 6 off the first ball of the next.
Taking it on now, David Warner. 4 boundaries in a row. 3 fours and then this 6. It's a great hook shot.
Helping it on its way with the big kaboom. And away it went. That went miles back.
That's 4 as well. This is extraordinary. Not just for Warner's assault, but also for Rabada. So much publicity surrounding the decision of the ban being overturned. He's now bowled 2 overs and 2 balls and gone for 29. Bowled him! What a response! KG has his man, and don't they love it at Newlands?
Terrific test cricket. Some attacking batting, some good strokes, and then what a comeback delivery. No problem with that front foot. This is such a good delivery. It's the top of off stump. A little bit of nip, just gets the gap between bat and pad. So David Warner gone for a breezy 30, 43 for 1.
Magnificent entertainment at Newlands. Never mind 2020. How about this? David Warner against KG Rabada has just gone 4, 4, 4, 6, 4. Out. When I say out, I mean off stump, out of the ground. Then there's a bit of drama as Warner gets to the players' race, climbs the steps, and it appears as if the spectator chided him. Warner didn't like it, and you would hardly blame him for that. And the fella followed him, and there's all sorts of activity in that members' pavilion. Here's Usman Khawaja, averaging 44 in Test match cricket, played well in Port Elizabeth.
This could be close. Is there an edge? Vernon loves to go upstairs, so he'll be having a chat to Captain Faf du Plessis. And they're going to go upstairs. I think Vernon initially thought there was an edge involved, that's why he wasn't overly keen. But when he saw the reaction of the men behind the stumps, missing the stumps, so review lost, no wicket to fall. Could this be close? It is! He's picked out Kagiso Rabada, a back of a length delivery, trying to help it on its way. And Morne Morkel has taken 3 deliveries to make an impact in this test.
Good start by Morne Morkel. He would have been anxious to get a wicket, and this is a good wicket to be getting leading up to lunch. Kagiso Rabada, you know, once he gets close to the ball, he's going to take the catch. He's a good athlete. Safe hands. That's what South Africa would have been hoping for. Just 1 more wicket before lunch. 6-1 for 2.
Oh, beautifully played by Smith. There's an answer.
The line was right, but not the length. You certainly want to making sure that you bowl outside Stephen Smith's off stump, but not that length. But give the batsman some credit. That's a good shot.
Yeah, others might have contemplated maybe just trying to defend and see the way to lunch. The foolish delivery. His weight's all in his back foot, but the hands are so good. And he caresses it to the boundary. Oh, that's a good follow-up too. Crowd's right behind Kagiso Rabada. They're enjoying this display. The kids are chuffed. Goes back and across. That's his normal technique. He was looking to leave it, and then he realized, hold on, that one's not going to bounce as much as I expected. And he ends up wearing it just under the armpit.
Oh, it's out. Well bowled. Morne Morkel getting that extra bounce that we highlighted before play, and it's extremely difficult to deal with that, particularly from such a tall man in a high release position. Big wicket.
Massive wicket. Morne Morkel missed the last test match in Port Elizabeth. Would have been supremely motivated to put in a big performance. He now moves to 299 test wickets, and it's the big one. Steve Smith, Australian captain, was peppered with a short ball by Morkel, and then it's the extra bounce. Caught gully.
Playing well away from his body too, Stephen Smith. Dean Elgar, comfortable catch there, and big celebrations. They know that's a big wicket, South Africa, and wicket 299.
Shaun Marsh with a mighty task. 3 down now. 5 wickets have fallen already today. 2 South African, 3 Australian. Morkel can't wait. He is literally champing, straining. Great shot. Really got in position quickly. Swiveled, went with it. Very promising innings.
Bancroft plays his cricket at the Wacker ground, so he's used to playing that crossbat shot. Once he gets going, he plays it well generally. On this occasion, really got into position very well. Kept his eye on the ball. No fielders at mid-wicket to worry about.
Got a hand on that. That is going to run away smartly for a boundary. That's a good solid drive to finish that over. A dozen from it, 91 for 3. Screams towards Dean Elgar to try and stop that running way for boundary. Couldn't do so. Brings up the 100.
Brings up the 100 for Australia. Also interesting to see that ball as it lodges itself against the boundary cushion, how it's pretty scuffed up in one area.
Oh, that's cracked away. That's a very good shot indeed. That brings up 50 for Bancroft. It's a hard-fought 50. It's a well-played 50, in fact. Someone at the top has to really make a difference here, and he's the one at the moment who's doing so.
A lovely shot to bring up that 3rd Test 50 for Cameron Bancroft.
Chasing edge, he didn't need to play it, he did. A caught behind for Shaun Marsh. And Morne Morkel picks up his 300 Test wicket.
Big throw for Morne. Wider delivery outside off stump. He bowled a few shorter ones, pushed him back, and then Shaun Marsh followed the wider one. And why wouldn't he be absolutely delighted?
Massive moment for Morne Morkel. Throughout your career, you strive for milestones. This one's been on his mind for a period of time. And bravo, Morkel, you've achieved it. 300 Test wickets. A fantastic performance. And in the context of this game, 3 for 43 has also had a big impact. So well done, Morne. You deserve all the applause.
And it's Shaun Marsh, the 300th victim, gone for 26. Australia 150 for 4. Close, very, very close, and given. It tailed back nicely, and Cameron Bancroft is on his way. He's thinking about referring it. He'll have a chat to Mitch Marsh, but I think it's dead.
Great bit of bowling from Vernon Philander. We've seen him been setting up the away swinger. He's drifted it away from Bancroft on countless occasions. Then he goes for the change-up. The key is the change-up needs to be on the right line, the right length, and he's got it superbly. Crashes into the pad. They are going to have a look upstairs. No problem with that front foot, comfortably behind.
You see the ball there starting outside the off stump, just tailing in, and his foot comes right across, head falling over and caught in front. It was beautifully bowled, well deserved for Vernon Philander. He's bowled really well today. He's been unlucky, he's beaten the bat, but this time he picks up his first wicket today, and it's a well deserved one. It's a big wicket of Cameron Bancroft.
So Cameron Bancroft gone for 77, 150 for 5. So Tim Paine, he's the last of the recognised batsmen. After that, they're into the bowlers. So this is a very important phase.
It's nicely played. That's a good shot. Nice and square. Just in front of square on the offside for 4. Off the mark, Mitchell Marsh. That is a beauty. That is terrific stuff from Vernon Philander. That is just nibbled away and caught the edge.
Once this man is getting the ball to do anything, he is a terror. He has very good control. That is one of his hallmarks. That's why he's so economical, even when he's taking absolutely no wickets. And then when the ball is doing a bit, look how upright that seam is. The shine on the outside, with direction which the ball is going, where he wants it to go, hits the pitch, and a nice edge through to the wicketkeeper. He is a terror when he gets that ball to deviate. Brilliant bowling once again from Philander. Mitchell Marsh just gets 5, 156 for 6.
Pat Cummins had a bit rest on the sidelines for years, actually, due to injury. We saw him in 2011 here, man of the match in that test match of the Wanderers as a 19-year-old, so we haven't seen him much in this arena. We saw a lot of him yesterday. We saw a lot of his excellence. But we do know he can bat. He's got a top score of only 44. And I say that because he will get much bigger scores than that, I'm sure. Pat Cummins bats, I'm pretty sure, at number 3 for his club side.
Yeah, through the gap. Good shot that from Tim Paine, and a much needed boundary for Australia. Beautifully taken. A little outside edge. He's been toiling away all day, Rabada, and he picks up his second.
Yeah, good delivery. Nice length outside the off stump. A bit of tail away from the right hand. Australia haven't really gone anywhere. And now South Africa picked up another wicket. They've got the 7th. Just going to maybe check that front foot. It's a tendency these days, but why are we going to? I'm not 100% sure. That's comfortably behind the line. Kagiso Rabada. You can see the shine on the outside. Just shapes away just a touch. Squares. Cummins up on the crease. Nice take there by A.B. de Villiers, low to his left. And South Africa, they're in command. They've got their 7th. Australia 173 for 7.
Mitchell Starc, the new batsman at the crease. Australia lost their 7th. Yeah, scored some handy runs for Australia down the bottom order, and that'll be much needed this afternoon. There's still a deficit of 138 for Australia.
That's a good catch, really good catch. A.B. de Villiers doesn't drop many. Moves very smartly to his left side. Rabada's remarkable strike rate continues.
Such an important wicket for South Africa because Starc can score. Some crucial contributions down the lower order for Australia, but not today. The away swinger from KG Rabada, and everyone's happy. Crowd is celebrating. Some great pictures of the kids today.
Yeah, just began to die on A.B. de Villiers. Sort of an open blade, rather like a morning runoff that the guys practice so much. Very good catch. 2 for Mitchell Starc. It's 175 for 8. Well, a glorious day for weather for supporters and for South Africa. Australia finding themselves 175 for 8 now. Runs, 4 of them. Really valuable little partnership, this.
Yeah, that's the worry, is that you have the slips in and the field up, but Nathan Lyon can get enough bat on it. How often does it squirt in the gap, those sort of shots?
It's not to 20. South Africa will be frustrated. As I said, Philander off the field. They've had to work hard in a position of strength now, just be wanting to roll the end of this innings.
It is expected to change quite considerably tomorrow. Well, that's driving on the up. Driving on the up for 4. That's a very good shot.
Any top order batsman will be proud of this stroke.
That's sliced away. And it's gone for 4 more. These are very important runs.
Well, Nathan Lyon is putting them off their game, that's for sure. They're not absolutely sure what they want to be doing. They had a lot of men deep on the onside, had a fly slip at one point, thought was well, we'd bang it in. Then they changed. He's just another batsman with a piece of wood in his hand.
Down. AB de Villiers grasped. End of the over, 217 for 8.
Thanks, Mike Hazeman. Trail by 70 Australia. Up in the air. Could this be it? Going back and taking. What a good catch. Finally, this partnership was broken. Dean Elgar, that was a very good catch to be taken. But a very important innings from Nathan Lyon. A very, very valuable 47. And in the context of the game, Australia trail by 70 now.
Excellent catch this too. Running backwards against the flight of the ball. Was in the air for a while. Elgar held on to it. That's an excellent catch. What a catch that is. At full stretch too. And South Africa needed that. Excellent partnership gone. That between Nathan Lyon and Tim Paine. Lyon's gone for 47 and it's 241 for 9.
So Australia trail by 70. Josh Hazlewood, the new batsman in for Australia. Some very important runs for Australia. Not a bad shot there from Hazlewood. Just didn't quite come back in. So the end of the over for Morné Morkel. 244 for 9. It started to come in, but it wasn't full enough. It wasn't the Yorker length. It was more the half volley length. You need to get that ball right up in the full area to Josh Hazlewood. Batting card for Australia. Well, Tim Paine's not out 32, but a good partnership with Nathan Lyon. 47 from 38 deliveries. They trail by 67 Australia. Around the wicket now to the left-hander. Will we see that big in-swing at full delivery at stumps? And it goes away. Lights just be starting to take a little bit of effect. And we're looking to keep Josh Hazlewood on strike at least. Don't want him to get any easy singles. And 70 overs, 66 overs, sorry, 245 for 9. Well, the lights are on, but the umpires have decided that the light is not good enough. With 10 overs remaining in the day, or 15 minutes, bad light has stopped play.
It doesn't look like any of the players want to get off. Batters want to stay, fielders want to stay, and the umpires have made the decision to go. Everyone wants to play cricket. The umpires don't.
Yeah, it's been the quick bowlers for South Africa as we have a look at the match summary. South Africa all out for 311 earlier today. Dean Elgar carried his bat 141 not out. And Pat Cummins did the damage with the ball, 4 wickets. In reply, Australia 245. Morne Morkel 4 wickets today. Rabada 3. And Philander 2 wickets. Cameron Bancroft. Top scoring for the Australians, 77 off 103 deliveries. But the bottom line that counts for Australia and South Africa, they trail by 66 runs at the end of day 2.
Hello everybody and thanks for joining us. We have got day 3. Now I think those of you who watch cricket in South Africa in particular know that this could well be a moving day.
And the nappies are in.
That's gone nice and fine, and that's gone for 4. So that's going to be the start of day 3 with runs.
Bowlers just looked a little bit tired at the end of yesterday. Australia managed to claw their way back.
That's nicely played. That rushes away for a boundary, so that's a big first over for Australia. 8 runs coming from it, 253 for 9.
Very good from Hazelwood. The ball's reversing, getting to swing around as Kagiso both ways.
There's an edge and a wicket, so that's it. Hazelwood annoyed with himself, but it's another wicket for Rabada. Tidy catch by Umla in the slips, and Rabada's got himself 4. Well, you've got to say that's gone to plan as far as South Africa is concerned. This morning, maybe a couple of runs. They wouldn't have liked to have had maybe a boundary or 2, but to wrap things up inside the first 15 minutes is exactly what they would have wanted. And there's the scorecard, all out for 255 Australia. As I said earlier, it might have been a lot better for South Africa if they'd caught their catches off Nathan Lyon. They didn't, and he almost got 50. Really good work from him to get to 47. But Bancroft, I thought he was really good yesterday. Gutsy performance. In the end, he was undone by Vernon Philander. Crafty stuff from him for 77. And Payne, not out 34. He's been a real find in that middle order. Very tidy with the gloves and does a fine job with the bat. All out, 255 Australia. Could have been a different story if some catches had been taken, but Australia trail by 56, and that's a healthy lead. But now the South Africans are up against a top quality Australian bowling attack. Leg side that time, and that's nice and fine, and it's gone for 4, and he's off the mark now.
He's off the mark and off the pair. Markram hasn't found the middle of the bat yet. Mainly outside edges, bottom edges, and now the inside edge. He'll be happy with this one.
Oh, it's a beautiful shot. Just eased it through the offside, and it races away over this quick outfield here in Cape Town.
Aiden Markram at his best. Mitchell Starc tried to get it up there, tried to get it to swing. It was full enough for Aiden Markram to let his hands go through the line and time it beautifully.
It's a good positive shot too from South Africa. They know they've got a lead, 64 now, and they're intent on scoring. Oh, that one coming back nicely for Hazelwood, but it's a good shot by Markram. So quick the outfield. And Pat Cummins doing the work.
It's great timing. It was just a defensive shot. A solid looking defensive stroke. Came out of the middle of the bat. So Markram is moving well now. He's dropped earlier on, but now moving, getting that front foot in. Playing underneath his eyes. Good weight transfer through the shot.
But he's a top quality bowler, Pat Cummins. Chasing it and gets away with it. And that is well timed, and another boundary. And Dean Elgar His second boundary this morning. You never know, today it might be a little bit earlier going off that cloud cover. Pat Cummins taken. Well bowled, good catch from the skipper Stephen Smith, and Australia get their first one.
Very good length again. Dean Elgar was flirting with danger outside that off stump. This time it wasn't full enough to drive. That little bit of extra bounce got him. He couldn't get to the pitch of the ball. Moved away a little bit as well off that thick outside edge, and a very comfortable catch for Steve Smith.
6 catches for Stephen Smith in this match. Just chasing the wide delivery, Dean Elgar, and that's what he'll be saying to himself as he's walking off. Did he need to play it? And the Australians were desperate for the wicket, and it's a big one as well. Carried his bat in the first innings. Gone for 14, and South Africa 28 for 1. Hashim Amla comes in at number 3.
He's had his issues with Josh Hazlewood, so I think it's just a matter of time before Steve Smith bring him back into the attack. This is why he's there. Wasn't full enough to drive. A little bit loose there outside off stump. This time Dean Elgar, after that marathon innings in the first innings, maybe just his concentration letting him down.
Yeah, he played that shot a couple of times in the over before, where he just chased it and it went. He got away with it and hit a boundary, and then he inside edged one. Feet were going nowhere. And that time it was his downfall. Good catch from the captain. Been good in the slip, Stephen Smith. 5 catches in the first innings.
Oh, well bowled. But Australia would fancy themselves if they can knock South Africa over 190 this innings and chase 250. Or they'll feel they could chase 250, I reckon. So I think 250 is about the number.
And it's very doable. Remember that the Australians were 175 for 8, could easily have been knocked over for 180. The pitch is probably the right balance between bat and ball. If anything, it's marginally starting to favour the quicker bowlers with that slightly uneven bounce and pace. Best run chase ever here, 334. That was in 2002. Graham Smith right at the start of his Test career.
Shot from Markram.
Yeah, that's good. I've always believed that I'm not a big averages man. You can actually look at strike rates and things, but average and that I think are misleading, because to me, if you talk about some of the great players that you remember growing up and watched and played against, you don't remember what they averaged or what their bowling average was or batting average. You remember the way they played the game. And that's the most important thing to see kids. I want to average 50 in Test cricket. But forget about that. Get them when your team needs you. Like right now, Australia need wickets. This is the time to put your hand up. South Africa needs someone to get a big score and blow Australia out of the water. It's about when you get your runs and when you get your wickets, not how many.
Lead of 94 now for the South Africans as Alan Border, Michael Holding and Sean Pollock move into the commentary.
Well, there's the hook shot. There were 2 men out at one point, just one now, and he has managed to get it wide of the fine leg.
Yeah, good shot from Amla. He got out the short pitch delivery in the first innings this time round, showing that he can play the shot. Very convincing. They were on the market. That's nicely played. Felt like Markram missed out on one early on the over. He just watched it go by, but Hashim Amla not the case. He decides to go after it and picks himself up his second boundary of the innings.
Well, quality players don't miss out on these, do they? Just slightly dragged down from Nathan Lyon, and quickly onto that back foot to hit through the point area.
Oh, that one does him in bounce. Fortunate for Markram. The outside edge beats the gully and will make its way to the boundary.
And that's what I'm talking about. Hit the deck. Ball will bounce a little bit awkwardly every now and again. And Markram was very fortunate that it went wide up gully.
Press seam delivery stands up. You can see it take the edge. Just brings up the 50 for South Africa.
It's just initially thought Khawaja might have been in the contest there, but not to be.
That's beautifully timed. The chase is on, but the ball wins the chase.
How good was that timing? It was just flicked with the spin. A real major flourish of the bat. Just brilliant timing.
Oh, good shot. That'll be 4.
Nicely played by Hashim Amla, getting right on top of the bounce. No third man in position. Just steered that past gully.
Great cutter of the ball because he hits the ball late. Likes it at the top of the bounce there, and he can hit it anywhere really, from third man to sort of point in front of square. Played a beauty off Nathan Lyon a little earlier.
Yeah, and it's also he has control over that shot when he plays it so late. A lot of players will just lay back and throw the hands at it and it goes in the air. Amla's controlled when he cuts.
Out. Is it out? Yes, it's out. Oh, Amla's reviewing. And he reviewed so immediately that you'd say it's hit the shoulder or the arm rather than the gloves. He seems so sure of it and looks pretty relaxed. Well, it certainly hits the shoulder, so the only thing that the third umpire will look at is whether it brushes the glove on the way through to the shoulder. And now you should see the graph. Yeah, there it goes. That spike comes when the ball hits the shoulder, not before that moment. And so Nigel Long's decision is overturned by Ian Gould, and it's 70 for 1.
Good shot. That might beat the man. David Warner's quick, but he won't get that. That's 4.
And that's why deep backward square is finer than he would be for other batsmen, because Amla plays that paddle sweep. He helps the pace of the ball. It isn't to say he can't slap it square. It's a bit of a bob each way, having the fielder where he is. Amla's good enough to pick out the gaps.
They respected him. Oh, what a shot down the ground. That'll be a maximum.
Aiden Markram at his best. Good use of the feet. Didn't try and overhit this. Good shot selection. Good timing by Aiden Markram.
Love the way he holds that off, making sure the blade keeps coming through the line of the ball. That is well run. I think he's made it. That's a great bit of fielding from Cummins. It's going to be checked out by Nigel Long. These direct hits are always close-ish. Warner liked it from sort of straightish mid-on, but I don't think Bancroft, who was square on, is excited as one or two of the others.
Said it yesterday about Pat Cummins. He's got great match awareness. It was excellent fielding. To pick up and release as a fast bowler like that, he's going to be safe. But it's still quality fielding. You've got to admire that fielding from your big fast bowler. He's bowled a lot of overs already. Just the athleticism of Cummins. And as I said, his awareness for the game of cricket is spot on. He's always summing up the game well.
And again, they steal. It's good work. Good early call from Markram and supported by Hashim Amla.
Yeah, Hashim Amla gives him a thumbs up as he runs through and completes the single. This is good work. It's frustrating for the bowlers. There's no one who can get in that quickly to cut that single off, so that's great running.
Mitchell Marsh was in the firing line for a bit there. There's the spread of his runs so far. Quick single again. Oh, he likes taking these singles that are very tight when he's going to some sort of milestone, and that might have been interesting if there'd been a direct hit as well. There wasn't, and he's got himself 50.
It wouldn't have been interesting, Hazy. He'd been back in the change room. Third 50, and he's also got 300s in Test cricket. It's been a fantastic start to his Test career. 99 for 1.
So let's have a look at that little scramble. Just the one to go to 50. Not even in the picture really, as the ball went past the stumps. By some distance, it's got to be said. I think he's got to settle down with these little milestones and the mini ones.
Brings up the 100 for South Africa. Just the 1 wicket down. The lead is now 156.
Oh, that's a solid drive. He loves getting on that front foot, does Aiden Markram.
104 for 1 after 33. Nice way to bring up an end to the over for Markram. Beautifully caressed through the covers. Gets into a very strong position, very well balanced. Just opens the face. Makes sure it goes squarer rather than straighter. And finds the gap.
Got him. Bunted it straight to the man at short cover. So that is a big wicket for Australia. That'll liven things up.
Yeah, this is the foolish length. Just pops up. Maybe the way to touch back. Good catch by Bancroft. And Australia can celebrate.
He'd been letting the ball go. Shamla outside that off stump. But the introduction of Cummins has proved successful. On for 31. 2 for 104.
So no matter where you are watching this telecast right now, the fact that AB de Villiers has arrived at the crease, I have no doubt you're just sitting up a little bit straighter. Looking forward to watching his excellence, certainly if you happen to be a South African supporter. Oh, he's cracked that away. See, that's right out of the middle, that one. And there's a few words in the middle. Big words, in fact. Cummins is very involved, which is a bit unlike him.
It's all on. Cummins is feeling confident. He's picked up 2 wickets already.
Tell you what, some shot. And goes all the way. So that is just quite incredible. In front of .6. 4.
Not often that Hazlewood drifts leg side.
Accurate with his bowling. Fine leg is usually pushed pretty wide. You expect him to work it square if he does, not get that thin edge down the fine leg.
He caught it, did he? No, he dropped it. One of the few men alive who could have got to that ball.
It looked like it stayed in his hand for a while. Did well, got a lot of hand on it. Never easy, those. It was parallel to the ground.
Placed. Races away. It's a fast outfield. It's well enough timed. And the first real scoring opportunity since the cut for 6 by de Villiers.
It's a loose delivery. You don't want to miss out.
Change of commentators. Shane Warne and Cutler Vessels are going to be with Brendan Julian.
The Australians really working on the ball, trying to get that reversed. The South Africans did it so well all day yesterday. The older it got. So the umpires just getting together. I'm sure they talk about the light, maybe. I'm not sure. Now this is the umpires having a chat to Cameron Bancroft. I think they're asking him about what he had in his pocket. That looks like the cover that you put your sunglasses in. So that's what the umpires were talking to Cameron Bancroft about, it looks like. Mitchell Starc back into the attack. And the over pitch. And 4 runs. He's looked really good today. Aiden Markram. It takes him to 70.
High volley, but beautifully played by Aiden Markram. Had a bit of luck earlier on in this innings, but in between that he's played some terrific strokes.
Pulled into the deep. There's no one out there. It's going a long way back.
Picked the right one. Short, it sat up right out of the middle of the bat. That's a long way back, so a good way for Aiden Markram to finish off the over. 45 gone, 140 for 2.
Yeah, it's through the gap. It's a very quick outfield here in Cape Town. And it will win the battle. Another boundary. Can't do much about it. That's what Mitch Starc is saying. Hard to set a field to that. So the 150 up for South Africa, and the lead now 207.
18 fours for Aiden Markram. Played that well. Played it late. Got right on top of the bounce, and no third man there, so he just placed it beautifully past Gully.
Out. Caught him mid-on. Another one caught in that area. One at cover, one at mid-off, and now one at mid-on. And on the stroke of tee again, a dismissal.
Very good contribution.
Yeah, it was an excellent knock from Markram. Really did deserve 100, as you said, Kepler. Good catch at mid-on. Australia desperately needed that, but what a shame for young Markram. He really did deserve 100. Played beautifully. Gone for 84. And South Africa 151 for 3.
So the South African captain, Faf du Plessis, just to face a couple of balls before this tea break. Good average of 43. And the one delivery to go. You'd think that would be the one that would be coming in, swinging into that off stump, just tailing in to make him play. That's what Mitch Starc, that's why he's running back to his mark, Mitchell Starc, because they want to try and get another over in. But Faf du Plessis, the captain, he's in no hurry to get ready. So he may have ran back to his mark. That's the dismissal, just held on the pitch. Did all the hard work, he can't believe it. Aiden Markram, so disappointed. That's through. Really well placed from AB de Villiers. And a good start for South Africa. Boundary.
Yeah, shot from de Villiers. Light. Clouds closing in. You'd think with the way the umpires have handled light in this game that we won't get too much play this afternoon, which will be disappointing because it's a wonderful crowd. The game is nicely poised.
Oh, shot. Really well played from AB de Villiers. Such a wonderful timer of the ball. Just opened himself up and just eased it through that leg side.
Right out of the middle of the bat.
Over the top. Very well played. There was a bit of extra bounce. And got the desired result.
Yeah, there was the extra bounce. He almost, you heard him groan as the ball got to him. Enough bat in it to fly over Gully.
Sliced away. Just back with a square for 4.
Yeah, fortunate boundary, but with the amount of movement every once in a while, as a batsman, you just have to adjust and see if you can get bat on ball. du Plessis would think he's in a good position, then with the extra movement, he pushes hard. Unfortunately for him, it beats the infield. Not overly convincing, but he'll take the boundary.
Yeah, it takes that lead to 237. Very strong position with still 7 wickets in hand.
He's got that away nicely. That's strong from Faf du Plessis.
Yeah, this is good. This is in control. Just rolls the wrist, stands up in his position, flicks it away to the leg side.
It's a really good response after the wrap on the gloves of the awkward one in the previous over. It's optimistic. Getting a bit of a chat about it.
I don't think Steve Smith's on the ground, so there might be David Warner who makes a decision. He's gone. He's decided to go upstairs. He's in charge for a brief period of time. And he's used his authority to give the tee.
Unless we've missed something, Polly.
We'll have to wait and see. Does it hit him above the roll? That's also often the key. Yeah, that's pretty hard. He is back.
Oh, it is gone. I'll take that back. My thoughts were that was optimistic. I was wrong. Hawkeye suggesting that's hitting. 3 reds means that finger is going to go up.
South African coach is not too impressed, and the form of Faf du Plessis in the series continues. Unfortunately, he has to go for 20 or 44 deliveries. South Africa now 196 for 4.
So Temba Bavuma has just arrived. Nathan Lyon. It's getting a bit of turn, bit of purchase. But that 100 that I mentioned against England at this venue. 28 test matches now, 27 years of age. Certainly not the tallest guy. With the sweep out straight away, off the mark, and off the mark with 4.
Decided to play the sweep shot, rolled the wrist a touch early, which meant it took the top edge. It lands safely and goes away and brings up the South African 200. But interesting that just with a second delivery, Temba Bavuma decides to go on the attack.
Yeah, and he's had a bit of luck. This was in the air for quite a while. Look at that, top edge. It's in the air and it lands safely in the middle of 2 fielders. So a little bit of luck for Bavuma. Australia haven't got the wickets they have wanted this session, but Cummins and Stark, they've actually bowled pretty well.
There's an edge and a good catch. That's nicely taken. So there's some quick wickets now. This happened in the first innings and it's happening again in the second. Temba Bavuma doesn't last long at all.
Yeah, unfortunately Bavuma's gone. He's gone for 5, and this is what I was saying about the bowling. Australia's actually bowled pretty well for the day. They haven't had the rewards. Maybe they'll come in a hurry. It was an excellent catch from the sub fielder, Peter Handscomb. He's got a good pair of hands. Steve Smith's been off the field for a couple of overs. So he's just walked off the bench. He's come out there straight to second slip. So that's an excellent catch from the sub fielder, Peter Handscomb. Bavuma's gone for 5. South Africa 201 for 5.
So suddenly a couple of wickets are going down in no time. This has meant that Quinton de Kock has now arrived, also not in a rich vein of form at the moment. He got some runs in Durban and he's had a little bit of a leanish trot. Average of 38 now. At one stage it was above the 50 mark, best 129 not out against England at Supersport Park. 300s.
Runs. 4 of them.
A little bit of luck there for Quinton de Kock. Thick outside edge. It was a good delivery. Angled in through the air and just turned away from Quinton de Kock enough to get that edge.
He has to commit himself either forward or back, Quinton de Kock. He's caught here in no man's land. Either play right back, as we have seen Hashim Amla do, or try and get forward. That is certainly good luck from him, not skill.
And that's crafty batting. Just get down low enough and got the bat completely parallel to the ground and then could pick his spot. The best sweepers of the ball aren't limited to one area. Oh, actually, toe ended it. Still a good shot. It's more like the Quinton de Kock they love.
Terrific shot. Good use of the feet against the turn, but he got right to the pitch of the ball. Quinton de Kock didn't try and overhit the ball. Wonderful batting.
That's over the top, and another good shot from Quinton de Kock. It's his second 4. He's already hit a 6, and aren't they happy here in Cape Town? And in the first innings, he went out and played his shots, but this one has been a different measured approach. He's read the way the game is being played, and that's through. It's the T20 coming out of AB de Villiers. It brings his 50 up. And it's his 45th in his career. Scored 12 against Australia and the 7th at Newlands. Swipe from the kid. And the leading run scorers for South Africa against Australia, averaging 53. Wonderful batsman.
I'm going to come out and say it, in my opinion, I think he's tampered with the ball.
I saw an opportunity to potentially use some tape, get some granules from the rough patches on the wicket, and tried to change the ball condition.
I'm not proud of what's happened. The leadership group's integrity has come into question, and rightfully so.
Hello everybody, and thanks for joining us. We are set for day 4 of this test match. Day 3 was seriously controversial. Now, we've got some breaking news right at the start of day 4. This is a media release from Cricket Australia. They have just literally announced minutes ago, after discussions with Stephen Smith and also David Warner, that they have agreed to stand down as captain and vice captain for the remainder of this test match. Lots of supporters in Australia hurting. It's a lovely cover drive. This Australian side is bound to be disjointed, and that's the second boundary of this morning. 246 now for 5.
Good early start by South Africa. Get runs on the board.
On what's happened, so hopefully it'll be dealt with. Beautifully played by AB de Villiers, deep into the crease, lots of time to play that back foot drive, and he's been in sensational form in all the test matches.
Now, these are 2 of the worst blokes, I would think, in world cricket. Possibly that if you haven't got your mind 100% on the game, you don't want to be bowling to these 2 guys, because any error, particularly from AB de Villiers, he's going to pounce on any error the bowlers make.
What we saw yesterday was something I have never ever seen on a cricket field or heard planned to be done on a cricket field. Oh, shot boy, as they would say in the Caribbean, shot boy.
Quinton de Kock at his best. Good to see him back in some form as well. He played well in Durban in the second innings, but this is more like it. Moving well, timing the ball well. Such a talented player.
Well placed, good placement. Plays that shot so well. We've seen it a couple of times.
Yeah, second time we've seen it today. 268 for 5 after 81. Well, the second year ball be taken. You can't offer up any width to de Kock. So strong square of the wicket on the offside.
Edged and taken. It's a big wicket. That's what the Australians needed. They needed to concentrate on their cricket and to pick up the big wicket of AB de Villiers.
It's a huge wicket for Australia and also for Josh Hazlewood. That's his 150th in the test match arena. Great delivery, extra bounce, new ball in his hand. We saw de Villiers maybe being a touch loose outside that off stump earlier on in the over. And eventually he finds the edge. Brilliant bowling from Hazlewood. Area, line, length, good. De Villiers just pushes at it. Good take at first slip by Marsh. And a fine innings of 63 comes to an end for AB.
Oh, that's well played. Didn't swing. Too much leg side from Stark.
Great shot to take him to his 50. Quinton de Kock, he moves to 52 of 67 deliveries. It's been a quick 50, 7 fours and a 6. In his normal fluent self, Quinton, fantastic player. And he's put on a bit of a display. His 13th Test 50.
Such a talented player. Great to watch too when he's in this sort of mode and he's in form. You sense it through this series. He came in out of form, was all over the place against Nathan Lyon at the start. But as this series has gone on, he's slowly got a bit of touch back, a bit of form back, a bit of confidence. And it's great to watch him playing with that freedom that he's playing with now.
Just got to get that length right to Quinton de Kock. Just been a fraction short. It's got more of a wide third man than a deep point. Big gap between that and point. And just through that area there, that's where he's hit it. Quick outfield here in Cape Town. And Cameron Bancroft won't get it. Another boundary to Quinton de Kock. He's hit 8 fours now. And a 6 to go along with it as well.
Moves on to 58. This is nicely played. There's a man back on the boundary on the offside for anything that's short and wide, and he plays behind square in the offside. But if the front foot he manages to punch this in front of square, no one can chase it down.
Beautiful delivery in the right area. Going to get more there. 280 for 6.
That's as good as it gets as far as the delivery goes. You can see the seam position just angling towards that first slip. Takes off. Only thing it could do is take the outside edge as well. But on the angle, has to play it. The line's nice and tight on the off stump. The length is good. Brilliant bowling.
Shot, Vernon Philander's taking him on with the new ball. It's going over the top. And 6. Joshy Hazlewood got his foot caught on the rope. He didn't look that comfortable. Vernon Philander. Good strike.
He's gone after it, and on the boundary you have to have an awareness exactly where the advertising cushion is. He suggests it's bounced a bit more than he thought, Vernon. Banged in, goes after it. It's a top edge. It's up in the air for a long period of time. Hazlewood would have worked out at that stage that, oh, I've stood on the cushion. There's not much I can do. He had to almost catch it with the fingers pointing up if he was to give himself half a chance.
Oh, well, he's given the short ball the most tremendous hammer. 3 in a row against Mitchell Stark too.
The challenge with Stark is when the ball doesn't move, his lengths and lines are inconsistent. He needs movement through the air, and once he doesn't get it, he allows a lot of scoring opportunities.
Oh, he goes down the wicket trying to force the pace, gets the outside edge, and Pat Cummins has got himself his 3rd.
When you see a shot like that, you get the impression that they perhaps think, well, we have a lot. Let us try and just get a few more. I wouldn't rule out Australia chasing down this target. You don't want to make things any easier than they have to be. Very thin edge through to Tim Payne. Comfortable catch. 7 down now for South Africa. Well, that's where we stand. What a healthy lead. 389, but from the approach, it seems as if they want quite a bit more, South Africa. And they'll be looking to get a few more after lunch and then get stuck into the Aussies.
Oh, yeah, that's great timing. He plays a few of those, actually. He's kind of half using the pace of the ball and half using his strength.
Mitchell Stark's been criticising his consistency earlier, but he's actually found a bit of rhythm and a line outside that off stump to Rabada. couple of plain misses. Rabada's been patient, but slashes at it here, and I hope that he gets half a bat on it and flies away.
We've got those strong forearms. Now he's got it in front of square with great panache. Rabada's on the march.
It's a shot to be proud of. Just rocked back. Yeah, the front foot was in the air, almost West Indian-like.
Running pretty fast to the boundary too. Oh, this is a great little flurry of activity, taking South Africa's lead ever closer to that all-time record score that was required and won by West Indies. Now 409. Stumping. That is number 300 for Nathan Lyon. And Shaun Marsh is quick to congratulate him. Sense of anticlimax, of course, because of the nature of the game and the moment. But it's a fine achievement from a thoroughly good and wholehearted cricketer.
Absolutely.
That is, and the second one in the game. We've had Morne Morkel up front, and now Nathan Lyon. Great servants for their country. Lyon.
It's flashed for 4.
That's a good shot, that. Hitting the ball on the top of its bounce.
He generally stays leg side of the ball. Just to throw the hands at that. Surprised there's no third man in place to him. Big scoring area for Maharaj.
Long on is about 15 yards in. It's not the biggest boundary straight at Newlands. It's a reasonable size, but not the biggest. And that's where he's gone. Straight to that man. It's gone very high, actually. He's hovering underneath that. And it has been comfortably taken. Cummins it is. That's another wicket for Nathan Lyon. Prepared to give that one just a little bit of air and tempt Maharaj, and he couldn't resist.
We were surprised that they didn't push the fielders in, but it's worked the trick. Maharaj has decided, doesn't matter if you're back or not, I'm going to take you on. He's carved it into the air. Cummins had to wait a long time underneath that, waiting for it to come down. Comfortable catch for him. Good hands has Pat Cummins. And Nathan Lyon has his third. Maharaj goes for 5, 3, 6, 2 for 9.
He's got that through. He's got that through for 4. And that's 50. Good work from Vernon Philander. Is the declaration going to come?
Yeah, brilliant from Vernon Philander. His contributions down the order always appreciated. 850, third against Australia, second here at Newlands. And really has been a good performance by him today, just to make sure that South Africa gets that score that they're comfortable with. It is 51. They've managed to sneak to a lead of 422. A little bit of width, just guides it behind square on the offside, runs away to the boundary. South Africa will continue to bat. He just had a quick look at the dressing room, obviously acknowledged them. So we'll get out in the first innings to an edge to slip. This time he might look to be a bit more positive.
Always clubbed that. He's hit that beautifully. At 6 runs. It's the last time that Morne Morkel is going to be batting at this venue for South Africa, and he just slapped that for 6.
Only 44 more to go.
Yeah, he'll definitely be watching the highlights package with Morne Morkel. Loves to watch himself bat, and he's done this pretty well. Got to the pitch, just popped it over the boundary. Good strike.
short ball, and that has been taken. So Hazelwood has wrapped things up. He finishes with 3 wickets, but it's a really good performance by South Africa, all out for 373, and David Warner is sprinting off to try and get his mind unscrambled, I would imagine.
We've got a massive job ahead to try and knock off 430 to win the game.
Can Australia fight? Can they get some sort of, give it a shake at all? It's a good record from David Warner. Warner and Smith are always the keys to the Australian batting. If Warner and Smith make big runs, then there might be a chance to chase it down. There's Bancroft is really just starting his career, just his 8th match. Hasn't made 100 yet.
Testing out Cameron Bancroft around that off-stump area, that channel just outside the off-stump. That's where he's been vulnerable. Gets a long way across. That hit him on the bottom elbow. That would have been painful.
They hurt that inside thigh. Oh.
Few bruises in the morning, that's for sure. That's what opening the batting's all about. You've got to be prepared to take it on the body, take it on. Got hit on the elbow earlier in the over, that one right in the groin. So Kagiso Rabada all over him at the moment.
Four runs. Runs away fine. Rabada just drifted a little leg side on 2 or 3 occasions here.
Pretty well played, kept his balance well there, Cameron Bancroft.
Uppishly going back and just missed. It's a very good effort, but just enough on it, David Warner, and he survives. Flick through the leg side. A couple of bounces and away it goes. So just a lack of rhythm there from Rabada. And it's given David Warner a boundary.
That's a good shot. The bowling's been outstanding. Just slightly short of the length and pulled away.
Guides it down there. We've seen a few of those shots today from South Africa, and David Warner there not taking too much of a risk but using the pace.
Yeah, basically just letting the ball run off the face of the bat.
Played a couple of aggressive shots, but all in all they've taken their time. They realise that getting through this new ball and not losing a wicket before the tea break is their goal. Goes again, and it'll go close to being the same result. In fact, it will be.
You think you've beat him in that area, but it's an area he plays in so well. Generates so much pace. Unusual for a left-hand who likes to play wide of the off stump. I think full control there.
He gets one that he nudged through, over pitched and a little bit of width. And that's an important boundary for Warner. Takes the score to 57.
And the other thing is, as a spinner, is to make sure they play good shots to good balls. Don't give them any freebies. It's a pretty good shot. Maybe a fraction full and a fraction wide, but it was a good shot from David Warner. Just a smidgen full, that's all.
Use of the feet again, and they're going for quick singles. Could be dangerous. Oh, I think he's gone. It's a direct hit by the South African captain. They needed a start, and I think their skipper's given them one.
Absolutely brilliant, Faf du Plessis. A clean pickup and an accurate throw. hesitation to there, Warney. I don't know what was happening there.
No, Bancroft seemed to be stuck at the crease and caught him by surprise. Then he was ball watching. He's going to be out by a mile here. He's gone. Long way short. It's a good metre short of the crease, and just what South Africa needed, a wicket.
A nice day here at Newlands. Been a little bit chillier than the others. No chance of rain. Oh, that one gets through the defences. Unfortunately, the deflection of the pad meant it went a fair distance from the stumps, and even though Quinton de Kock was quick to react, he couldn't get it back onto the pegs.
Restless Davey Warner. He's worried about those footmarks. He's trying to cover them, comes down the wicket and beat him in flight. Turn beat him as well.
Maharaj got some nice rhythm going from the top. Got him. That's a good catch. AB de Villiers. That is a big wicket. Celebrations are on the go. They know how dangerous he can be. Rabada has picked up a huge wicket now. Good catch from AB de Villiers. South Africans are delighted, absolutely delighted with that. He really has looked terrific in this little spell now. Rabada's rhythm's brilliant from the top, healthy edge. Look at this sharp work.
It's a good catch. He's bowled a good spell off the tee. It's the 4th time in the series now that Rabada has picked up Warner's wicket.
It's all building up nicely. This is a little challenge. Rabada and Steve Smith. Listen to the crowd. So the two opening batsmen are gone. A nice little mix at the moment with Maharaj and also Rabada. Got him. There's another one. It's another sharp catch from AB de Villiers. Maharaj has picked him up.
I was just about to say Maharaj deserves some credit for Warner's dismissal. Bowled beautifully into the rough, mixing up the straight line and the wider line. And he's dragged Kawaji in wide. He'll be disappointed. Didn't need to play at that. Maharaj Rabada opening up the 4th innings for South Africa. 3 wickets post tee.
Oh, that's a great catch. That is a blinder. That is unbelievable stuff from Markram.
Look at the celebrations. The spinner's delight. Hopping and bouncing out of the rough, and the teammates helping with the rest. Listen to this crowd. They are on fire.
There's the extra bounce. Spinners love that. Right off the glove, and have a look at this catch from Markram. That is magnificent stuff. It really is.
Wonderful pictures. Everyone's facial expressions and the meaning out there for the South Africans.
This is a hat-trick ball.
Very attacking field, as you'd expect. 2 slips.
Nicely bowled. Kept that out. It's a nice shot. Nicely played. That from Mitchell Marsh. That's his first boundary.
It always struck me as the more calm, more composed of the 2 Marshes.
Top edge. Had a full go at that. And it's gone all the way for 6.
Just shows the speed with which Rabada is bowling. It's a good short ball. Good line. Sailed a long way.
That's a little bit short and wide and hammered away for 4. It's a good shot. Not a great delivery for Maharaj. Got the treatment.
Yeah, just a bad delivery, but you still got to put it away, and that's what Marsh has done.
It's got him again, exactly the same. Caught Elgar, Bob Walker, almost exactly the same. That is another huge wicket.
South Africa have stayed patient in their lines. Outside off stump, they've ball after ball. They've bowled away, and Smith has decided to fend it, a shortish one, banged into the surface again. And Elgar, 2 in the game at the gully.
Fine stroke. Lays back his ears and gets after it. Not a bad tactic, actually, just to try to get the field spread a bit and make life more difficult for Maharaj. It's so easy to bowl when people are only defending.
He's been intent on attacking Maharaj the whole time. They've got 2 men catching on the drive. Hasn't stopped him, Mitchell Marsh, and now South Africa decided to push back the extra cover. Tim Bavuma's giving himself another 15 or 20 meters.
Oh, he's caught it, is he? I think he has. Remarkable catch. Would be so easy for the eye to follow the stroke, which was aimed at mid-wicket.
Was the alertness of A.B. de Villiers. It's difficult to pick those up as well when a batsman goes on the full-blooded hook. Try and work out what speed the ball is going to come to you at slip. It's a very difficult art to get right. And that's exactly what de Villiers has done. Banged in short, he goes after it. De Villiers has worked out it's going to fall short. He launches himself forward. Difficult thing to do. And the amazing spell of picking up wickets continues for South Africa. Morkel strikes again, and Mitchell Marsh has to make his way back to the dressing room for 16. 86 for 6.
Oh, ouch. That's out as well, I think. Now he's reviewing it. And when batsmen review so quickly, it's almost certainly hit his forearm. I doubt he'd review it if it's full off the glove. A vicious first delivery from Morkel to Cummins.
I think this may be off the arm guard, but what we'll have to check is to make sure there's no contact of the arm guard onto the actual glove. It was a peach of a delivery. When you come to the crease and you get this first up, doesn't matter what sort of batsman you are, not much you can do.
Well, it hits the wrist, the very bottom bit there where the arm guard flap is hanging from that Velcro strap. There's the top of the bat, the rubber there of the bat. If it hits the wristband of the glove, it's out.
What's the procedure there? So there it is.
The original decision stands to an almighty roar at Newlands. Morne Morkel wheels and turns and attacks the crease. And Mitchell Marsh chips it over mid-off for 4.
Well, that's an interesting shot on the hat-trick ball.
Mitchell Starc, indeed, overexcited here. That's out, no problem at all. We were kind of waiting for the moment. Morkel hammering back of a length, getting so much bounce, and Mitchell Starc simply unable to resist.
On a couple of occasions the balls popped up and landed safely. This was a real easy one for Markram at short leg off the splash of the bat.
Gonna have to hurry. It's a quick angle, direct hit, and it would have been very close. That's still maybe close. Oh, I can't believe Tim Payne. I don't think Nathan Lyon was ready for that.
Temba Bavuma is very quick. You don't really want to take him on. Hesitation there, Mikey. I think this might be close. Might be out. It is out.
Gone. That'll go all the way to the boundary. but more importantly for South Africa, that will keep Josh Hazlewood on strike. Into the over, 99 for 9. South African captain will be happy with this result. Morne Morkel now. Way over the top, Josh Hazlewood. He's got a fly slip, Vernon Philander. And it's way wide and a boundary.
100 up. It's a good shot too from Josh Hazlewood. It's a fly slip in position, but he got it square. Not sure that 100 is any consolation whatsoever for Australia.
Just looks better 20 years from now, Kepps.
Yeah, you're right, Mikey.
This is over the top. Vernon Philander comes around and take it, and that's it. South Africa win. Emphatic win here in Cape Town. And a dark day for Australian cricket.
5 wickets for Morne Morkel. Brilliant performance. 9.4 overs, 5 for 23. Match-winning performance. 8th fifer for him in Test match cricket. South African team delighted. And so they should be.
So the match summary. South Africa's runs in the first innings were so important, 311, and then they bounced back also in the second innings. Markram's 84 was very, very good. Morne Morkel, 9 wickets for him. Dean Elgar, 141 in the first innings. But all in all, South Africa just too good for the Australians, winning this 3rd Test match here in Cape Town. 322 runs, and a lot of questions being asked about the Australian cricket side.